built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. The sun be shining, it be by itself. I'ma stay heavy on the grind, not about the wealth. Ask for help, I seek some counsel when your boy in doubt. Let him quarterback while I receive and run a perfect route. Protect my soul, I'm playing defense. No, this ain't my rest and I don't sleep in. That's how demons creep in. Loafing and a lacking, have you leaking? Ezekiel 3 and 4, what I'm speaking. Look, not losing friends, but in my trials I see my real ones. So I'ma keep the focus, get the will done. The prophecy fulfill, huh? Stay on my dribble, bro. Never rock my rank on my sleeve. That's just a title, bro. I'm trying to glow. Cry now, smile later, bro. Commandments of the Lord, the only way to go. For real, I'm trying to glow. Cry now, smile later, bro. Commandments of the Lord, the only way to go. I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting.
I'm vigilant, head on the swivel, I'm built different. Never looking back because I'm on a mission. I sacrifice my body, don't need recognition. Now if that isn't love, that must be new addition. And the people perish if they got no vision. Keeping the squares on my circle, they be shape-shifting. Rock up on the hook, you know we stay fishing. Gotta reel 'em in, we fish as a men. On them highways and them hedges, we give 'em no word. Whether they hear it or forbear it, they gon' get this verse. You gotta understand and know the time we in. Christ coming with anger to break the firmament. Oh man, they probably didn't get that. 2 Peter 3 and 16, somebody get that. And that's why I fell in love with the wisdom. Stay in one body, one mind, and stay away from the schisms, you know.
I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting.
The sun glistening, it's shining all alone. Yeah. Moon control the waves inside your fade and regulate the months. I'm never self-willed, but if needed, can move on my own. Action at the reset in the 7th month, so we atone. A lot of camps abhor the purple, that ain't how it has to be. To miss the kingdom over hatred, that'll be a tragedy. I hope you find some clarity, cause you walking with blinded eyes. Clearly we ain't built the same, wisdom flowing through my mind. I ain't wishing you no malice when I pray, but praying that my bros repenting of Messiah's name. You see how me and Mighty Rock maneuver speed at Mach 10, cause it's harder to get out of sin than it is to get in. You got 7 demons, worse than the first. That's a shame. You losing sight, need to convert. You can catch me out here on the road, escaping all the wildies. You coyote ass niggas, Thomas Dexter, Savage Smileys. I'm built different.
You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. For real, I'm built different. You can catch me out there road running. Devil out devourer, yeah, he soul hunting. I'm built different.
You see the wheels spinning, look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we whirlwinding. So clean as my teriyaki. 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 You see the wheels spinning, look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we whirlwinding. So clean as my teriyaki. 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 Your daddy drive a Beamer, my father ride beams up. I'm chilling with the head apostle. See fuss, this what you get for spreading the gospel. Yeah, you see us. Next stop, the wilderness, then the kingdom. Lord willing, unbelievers like This day was authentic, I told you. Soon you understand how you all finish. You got the same portion as the wicked, cause you despised and rejected being of Jew descendant. Now you see the Jews ascending. Man, it sucks to be you. You should see your face as Christ invade America with his troops. Say bye-bye to red, white, and blue. Eat them like
the people with dark skin getting off. Black skin. Really black.
And they came for Israelite lies. Look at them stuck they Lot's wife. Your churches failed, now you Kentucky fried. Look, pop eyes running like chickens. See how my chariot moving with such precision. They shooting but barely missing. They skills are so elementary. We cheering like go, go. Burn all them to toast, toast. Destroy their whole military until they no more. As the city lie waste, the chariot gyrate. Not one skyscrape as the angels sang. You see the wheels spinning. Look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we real winning. So clean is my chariot. 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 You see the wheels spinning. Look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we real winning. So clean is my chariot. So clean is my chariot. So clean is my chariot.
They say, look up in the sky, it's a bird, not a plane. Is that it? Yeah, you see him pull up beaming, Betty swing down low. Let him know, wheel on wheel, watch it change, pull up beating. Ain't no speakers, don't see fire, but there's flames. Boy, I pull up whipping, how the clouds missing. Can't see him on the radar, in and out about 4 dimensions. Whirlwinding with the bass on, hit Mach Million, didn't even feel it. Esau, the one to face off, got the king of kings, super through your village. A fly by and knock your face off. Damn, Christ and bent the corner doing zillion. Burnt the whole country up, ain't lift a finger. Got these nations bowing down, bump they feelings. Set the whole earth in order for us cheering. Man, we big dipping in the big dipper, brought the ribs with us just to see. Man, we beamed up about 1 million calves, case anybody won't be.
Hold up, that's why cows get abducted. Mind bomb.
Man, I gotta eat, studied up, pray, no sleep. Never find me on E. I say we been last, not a king's bag. Taking orders like 10-fold. Get your brick in your motor, boy. We putting tasks on these pink toes. Got a whole script for your upper lip. Step out of line, we gon' make it dough. Gon' find out what them lines about. When them chariots out, they gon' swing low.
You see the wheels spinning. Look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we real winning. So clean is my chariot. 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 You see the wheels spinning. Look at the barrel finish. The spirit be the engine. Yeah, we real winning. So clean is my chariot. So clean is my chariot. So clean is my chariot. So clean is my chariot.
Hallelujah. Thank God that it's Friday. On my way home on the highway. All damn week's been rocking. About to do it big with the posses. 7 coming in real mighty. About to tune in with the Ikeys. Giving all praise to my Padres. Hallelujah.
Can't wait till the sun out, boy. Yeah, book of our fathers, one of our arbors. Bitch, I'm not stalling, boy. Deacon on deck, yeah, slobber, boy. Yeah, he black shine, no callers. Hammer time, hammer time.
Shut your block mouth.
They don't want none of these problems. I'ma fix these knuckles' faces. Yeah, we up next, great placement. Occasional flex on these haters. Shout out to Maker, making us able. Friday night raw, all shots, no chases. Deacon ASAP gon' blaze him. He don't be lying. You're gonna die. You get out of line. Thank God for his majors. Hallelujah.
Good evening, friends. It's your friend, your brother, Gino Jenkins. Tonight's Fix Your Face episode will be taken over by me, Gino Jenkins. We've been seeing some strange things in the skies. And these eyes are not eyes of a man that is scared. I've been crying for several days. And I know you have too, friends. This is what we're gonna do. I have started a new organization. The MIBs, the Men in Blackface. And we are going to take this to a new level. We're gonna look in the skies. I want everybody to take your time to look. Look up. Look down. Turn around. Funky Clown. Gino Jenkins, Men in Black. Get it together.
Turn his mic off, man.
Listen.
Why are we we doing this? I don't know. Why are we doing this, man? Hey, shalom, y'all. Most High in Christ bless you. May the Most High help me. Because at this point, y'all, I don't know what I'm going to do when officers something wrong with them. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all already know what time it is. It's your brother. Deke's at the booth right now. I'm sorry, that threw me off.
Yeah. The men in black face.
Men in black face. Listen, I got my brother with me tonight.
Hey,
Officer, y'all
Most High in Christ bless.
Most High in Christ bless. You all right, bro?
I'm trying. I'm trying. Trying not to pee on myself.
Fix your face.
Please don't.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh, boy. Hey, what's up, AZ3?
Hey, shalom, man. We
good, bro.
We obviously fixing faces today. I don't know what's wrong with
Shalom, Officer Lahab.
Hey, shalom, man. Just got in.
Just got in just now?
Crazy, man. I just watched the Geno thing. This is crazy, man. What's going on?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Yeah, you just watched it
I just
with
watched
your
it.
own eyes.
With my
Brothers,
own eyes.
sisters, family, we need professional help for a professional.
Right.
Who helps the mental health professional? You know what I'm saying? Who helps? Who does he get help from? Who counsels him? Look here, man. I got my brother in the building. What's up, Captain Pallu?
Shalom, y'all. Shalom, y'all. What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, the reader, man. Let's get the reader some shine.
Man,
Some
he
of y'all
made it
be
to the
wondering,
table,
who is that be reading so eloquently, man?
Shine black.
What's up, bro?
Black.
Introduce yourself, man. Let them know who you are, bro. What's good?
Hey, Officer Zakar.
Officer Zakai's
right.
in the building.
Is this mic on?
Mighty reader, bro.
Is this mic
Mighty
on?
reader. They didn't turn his mic
You
on.
look at the camera.
Yeah, it's okay. You can look at the camera. Hey, you can look at the camera. It's okay. You over here.
It's the most. It's the most people looking at me I've ever had in my life right now. Hey, all praise be to the Most High God, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We want to start. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Tonight's going to be interesting, y'all. All praise to the Most High God. Hope everybody's staying in tune with what's going on in the body. Matter of fact, we got Fix Your Face merch.
Let's go. Fix Your Face merchandise.
We got
Shirts to go with the cup.
With the cups, man. Hey, listen. You better stay tuned. It's coming to originalroyalty.com.
That's right.
That's right. Fix your face, man. Also, if you don't got IUIC TV, you better hurry up and get it because we're getting kicked off tonight. What was that, y'all? What's up?
I don't know. That was the X-Files. Here, play it for him. There you go. That's what
you was trying to do? Do it.
No, I messed up with everybody.
Involuntary
Read
spasm.
the script. 1 Corinthians 2:11, bro.
It's an involuntary spasm.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11.
Come on.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him?
What thing knoweth the things of man, except the spirit of man which is in him? This is why people who are of the world relate with other people that are of the world. This is why you don't mesh. This is why you don't fit in. It says what? Read that again.
Verse 11.
Read.
For what man knoweth the things of a man?
Only man knows the things of a man. When you're of this world, you know the things of the world. This is how you're able to keep up with what's going on with everybody and what's going on in hip-hop news, and you paying attention to sports world and who's doing this, because you're in tune with the world because you are of the world, right? Read on.
Save the spirit of man which is in him.
We can't relate to somebody who's trying to give me an example. What's that new transgender crap where they gender fluid and they feel like their rights is being violated, and the people in the world is like, yeah, man. I mean, he does have a right to. We don't freaking. Right. We don't listen. We don't feel your pain, right? Because we ain't the same.
Even so, the things of God knoweth no man.
The things of God don't know no man. We're gonna discuss some things tonight, y'all, that the world can't understand. Matter of fact, and some of you brothers, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, especially you brothers that want to go to camp doing this.
Right.
Y'all want to go to camp talking about chariots and all this other stuff, trying to go deep in the scriptures, and it ain't for that, because the people of the world don't get it. When they hear stuff like that, like, oh man, y'all good, they crazy, man. Something wrong with them, right? Read that again.
Verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of a man,
Read.
save the spirit of man which is in him.
Except the spirit of man that's in him. Read.
Even so, the things of God knoweth no man.
Same way that works with the world, same thing works in the truth. The things of God, man don't know. The people of the world don't understand this. Read.
But the spirit of God.
But the spirit of God. Come on.
Verse 12.
Read.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world.
We didn't receive the spirit of the world. Again, we cannot relate with those things that's in the world. Why? Because we are not of the world. Like it says in, what's that, Romans 12 and 1? 12 and 1, 12 and 2. We are not of this world. We're not conformed to it. Therefore, we don't have the spirit of this world. Read.
But the spirit which is of God.
The spirit that's of the Most High. These things that come from the Lord, this is what our spirit bears witness with. Read.
That we might know the things that are freely given to us of God.
This is why we have the understanding. See, think about this, y'all. For us, this is a no-brainer. Right. We understand what the Most High God is going to give us if we endure and keep the commandments and faith in his Son. The world, for some reason, they can't fathom. You gonna give up birthdays? You gonna give up Christmas?
Easy.
What you mean you ain't going to the club no more?
Easy.
They can't fathom giving up those worldly things, and we can't fathom holding on to that dumb stuff to die later on. You got to be out your mind. I'm going to give up the kingdom for the club. I'm going to give up the kingdom for adultery. I'm going to give up the kingdom for evil. Are you serious? Read.
Verse 13.
Come on.
Which things also we speak.
Which things we also speak. Come on.
Not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth.
Not in the word which man's wisdom teaches. That's why when we speak with what? The Bible, the word of God. Come on.
But which the Holy Ghost teacheth.
Which with what?
But which the Holy Ghost teacheth.
Yeah, that's right. That spirit that's housed in each and every one of us, that's what we speak from. It's Christ that speaks through us. Why? Because we speak his words. Read on.
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual. That's why when you want to deal with an Israelite, you had better come with a scripture. Otherwise, we ain't talking about nothing.
That's right.
When you want to deal with somebody who believes in God, you had better pull a verse. Otherwise, they're not hearing you. We ain't hearing you. Read.
But the natural man.
But the natural man, the man of the world.
The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God.
They reject the scriptures. They reject the understanding. They reject the word of God. Why? Because they're carnal. They're of the world. They're not of the Lord. Read.
For they are foolishness unto him.
They're what?
For they are foolishness unto him.
They're foolishness unto him. Like tonight, again. And I won't be surprised because you know the scoffers is out there, the ones that don't believe in this Bible. They're out there and they're going to say, what? That's stupid. What are they talking about? That don't say that. That don't mean. Shut up. We understand this Bible. And those things that you reject and think is foolish, guess what? You're going to find out at the end, it was all real. Read on. Let me finish that.
Neither can he know them.
Neither can he know them or understand them. Read.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
Because they're what?
Because they are spiritually discerned.
They are spiritually checked out. They can't receive it. Their brain is off. The spirit is not in them. They can't receive what's of the Lord. So we're going to get started, y'all. All praise be to the Most High God. Did we get Lahab some medicine or what? You good now? Are you okay? I'm fine. You're fine? Yes. All praises to the Most High.
He needs some milk.
Give me that first video, bro.
Something's wrong with our deacon.
Fix your face. Fix your.
Hey man, so what? Why you?
It's Windows 7.
Yeah, that's definitely Windows 7. But that was so that was a prophet in the.
They was
in the
prophesying.
Chat. They was prophesying.
Who was that prophet's name? Who said that? Y'all using Windows 7? We still in the abyss right now.
Man.
So does this video have no sound, AZ?
Yes, it definitely has sound. 4 different angles.
אתה רואה?
אני רואה מה זה. תגיד, שתינו יותר מדי? לא.
לא, כולנו רואים את זה.
מה זה?
שיו!
Damn, boy. Where was this at?
That was the one in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Listen to me right now. And let me say this as a precursor to tonight's topic, okay? Because all of these so-called Christians, these apologetics, they call us the UFO cult.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they say. They call us the UFO cult. Okay. Let's just say y'all call us that. We're so wrong about what's going on, right? What the hell is it?
Exactly.
What was it? What just happened? Give me the next video, bro.
Damn.
You can't build nothing, do
gonna learn
anything
today.
that fast to go
That
up.
fast?
No, you can't build nothing like that.
Come down slow and then pew.
Appearing in the night from the skies over Missouri to above the Pacific Ocean.
It's not satellite, it's not a meteor.
all baffling pilots mid-flight.
I don't know what the common denominator is, but it's always at the bottom of the Big Dipper.
Mark Hulsey is a former F-18 fighter pilot. This August, he was piloting a private jet off the coast of Los Angeles when he says he saw as many as 7 mysterious objects appearing to fly thousands of feet above him. This is audio from that night alerting air traffic control.
Roger, yeah, I don't know. You're not entering any military airspace or anything. I'm not sure.
The clip obtained by Ben Hansen, a researcher who has spoken to dozens of pilots of commercial flights that have recently had similar encounters.
So it seems like it might be getting more frequent?
It's either getting more frequent or it's getting noticed more. Okay, there it is.
But while no one seems to know what they're seeing, Hulsey is sure these fast-orbiting objects aren't satellites or any known military aircraft.
There's nothing that flies that high. So the odds of it being a military aircraft doing high G loads like that, it's impossible. It's completely impossible.
Does this phenomenon seem to be under intelligent control?
That's the only thing it could be. I mean, it's either artificial or biological.
It all comes on the heels of a congressional hearing earlier this year where intelligence officials testified for the first time ever that there were about 400 new sightings of unidentifiable objects, adding UAP reports are frequent and continuing.
U.S. government crazy.
No, I do not.
Stop. I'm sorry.
No, I
no.
do not.
Go back, bro. Because, listen, like you made a good point, y'all. So what is this? What show is this?
USA Today.
They crazy?
Right.
Take it back a little bit, please. Lil Mo, I want y'all to hear right there. I want y'all to hear how much this happens and what they said. Go ahead.
It's completely impossible.
Does this phenomenon seem to be under intelligent control?
That's the only thing it could be. I mean, it's either artificial or biological.
It all comes on the heels of a congressional hearing earlier this year where intelligence officials testified for the first time ever that there were about 400 new sightings of unidentifiable objects, adding UAP reports are frequent and continuing.
No, I do not.
Air traffic control is just like,
from pilots
don't know what that
just
is.
the beginning.
Damn.
I bet my life on it. There are many more pilots and a lot more videos that are going to come out. I know this is going to happen. I know it is.
Gotti, you mentioned that there's a government report that is expected.
So you see how frequent it's continuous. It's not like it's just happened a couple times. This continues to happen and it's being reported by sane individuals. See, I know we started to show off with the X-Files music and stuff like that, and that's what they've used for years to kind of dumb this down to make it seem like it's not happening, right?
So that was what our foremothers was singing about. Swing low,
Sweet cherry. Oh yeah,
that's what just happened. You can't poke fun of the truth. Yeah, that swung low, all right.
Exactly. Give me the next one.
Whoa. It came in and stopped. Is it hovering? Y'all what's up? Is it hovering?
Can't no
And
plane
then
do
it
that.
left.
Can't no plane do that.
What is that?
Definitely that's not a plane. Can't no plane do that.
It backed up.
And it backed up.
I never seen a plane do that. I just want to put that on record.
I'm on national
I never
TV.
seen
Let me
a
get
plane
up
do
off
that.
Let me get up off this.
He said, oh, I'm getting film. Let me get up off this.
Listen, give me one more. Give me one more.
They see me right now.
Oh man. Give me one more. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That look weird. What is it?
Have a stereotypical paint job you would expect from a military vehicle. And then there was the single fighter jet that he said came on blaring up the valley. And whenever the two objects kind of came in close proximity, that shining, unidentified.
That looked like that,
Bring it back.
That looks similar. That looks similar to what happened in Jerusalem.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
Go ahead.
From a military vehicle. And then there was the single fighter jet that he said came on blaring
Flash a light.
up the valley. And whenever the two objects kind of came in close proximity, that the shining,
You
unidentified.
can't even follow it.
Damn. Can't even follow it. Too fast.
Give me Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 1. Oh, you didn't. Let me put them in there. You didn't post the videos I put in there.
Which ones?
The ones I put in the group. I'll set them in there. Ezekiel chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 4.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Verse 5. Also out of the midst of the fire came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
So wait a minute. It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, which y'all are going to see tonight. They're referred to as different things. Clouds, rolls, stone, chariots of fire. All of this stuff is in the Bible. It says, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself. Now imagine a fire enfolding in itself. This is Ezekiel trying to describe what he saw. So I want y'all to really put it in perspective that he couldn't say, what we may be thinking today. He described it the way that he knew how to describe what he's seen. Okay? Read on.
Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Read.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Come on.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings, on their 4 sides. And they 4 have their faces and their wings.
So what we're reading, again, he's describing it as he sees it. He's describing it with modern things that he knows of, how he could describe this vessel that he sees. Read on.
Verse 9. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man, and the face of a lion on the right side. And they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side.
Read.
They 4 also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward.
So what they're describing, again, we see the chariot, we see angels there. He's trying his best to depict or to, relay the message on how he views and what he's seeing. Now, what verse you at?
Verse 11.
Jump to, read on, since we're here. Go ahead.
Verse 11. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went. And they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire.
Read.
And like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures.
It went up and down among the living creatures. Read.
And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning.
Come on.
And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
That's how fast they were. Didn't y'all see that? Yeah. Read on.
Now
it's about to get real eerie in here, bro. Go ahead, Zakai.
Verse 15.
Put the camera on him.
Verse 15.
Come on.
Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with his 4 faces.
Behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. Read.
The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl.
He's describing it. Come on.
And they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
This is him describing this chariot. Read on.
Verse 17. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went.
They turned not when they went. Read.
Verse 18.
You remember how tonight we're going to see they're describing it don't move like nothing we've ever made.
Right.
It don't move like nothing we created.
Right.
It defies the laws of physics.
Read on.
Verse 18. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their wings were full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up
What is a
from the
wheel?
earth.
What's a wheel, yo, son?
I want to say a chariot.
Just what it's talking about. He's
Exactly what
describing
it
it. It's not talking about a literal wheel, y'all. He's describing what it looks like. Read.
And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up.
The wheels were lifted up. Come on, like they're connected. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
The spirit of the creature, the angel, was in the wheels. They were connected.
Hey, Deke. So the video we watched.
Hold on, man. This is something far greater than Bluetooth connection.
You damn right.
So you moving stuff with his mind?
Bruh, listen to me. Ain't no steering wheel, huh? No steering wheel.
Go over there.
Hey, and Esau trying to understand it. What did he say? He's like, it feels like it was biological. It was something like they was just connected biologically. You're right. The spirit was in the wheel. Damn.
Read on.
Verse 21. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against him.
So watch this. Let's go back. Now, so it's describing the chariots and the connection to the angels, and we're seeing that it is nothing that we can describe
at all.
Even Ezekiel in his time, he was trying to put this thing together. But guess what? We understand it now. We see it now.
You see it.
Watch this. Go ahead. Ask Pastor. What was the old boy who was in the F-18 when he went back to his church? And he went to Pastor. What's the white pastor's name? Pastor Smith.
Pastor Smith.
Pastor Smith. No, they do first names, don't they? White folks do first names.
His name's Ken.
Pastor Ken. I was flying my F-18 one day, and I seen something, Pastor, and I was hoping you could give me some scriptural understanding of what was going on.
Well, sure. I can do that.
See, go to John 3.
Yeah, go to John 3:16.
John 3:16.
This is what it was.
For God so loved the world. Sit your ass down, Pastor Kid. Say you don't know what's happening right now. Play that video, bro.
Washington, D.C., October 2017. After Luis Elizondo resigns from his position with ATIP and leaves the Pentagon, he shares 3 declassified videos recorded by Navy pilots.
Damn.
The first object, known as Tic Tac, was caught on radar in 2004 off the USS Nimitz at an altitude of 80,000 feet. As Navy F-18s approached the object, it descended to within 1 foot of the water in seconds.
We don't have this capability of dropping 80,000 feet within a matter of seconds, hitting a velocity of Mach 20.
Damn.
So we now know that there's some kind of propulsion system that exceeds the capability of our own rocket.
So wait, no. Y'all gotta believe it if Mr. Miyagi said something.
So the military crazy,
Huh?
the Navy, everybody crazy vocab.
Everybody crazy.
Everybody.
Why you say vocab?
Because he the one who making fun of us talking about
Mark Rice. He can fix his face
I
too.
don't believe him, bro. Because when you Chinese or Japanese like that, if you don't say "hi" at the end of that,
it wasn't real.
It's not valid.
It ain't solidified yet.
They might have cut him to like.
It's not valid.
Yeah, he had to say "hi."
Bruh. Oh man. Read. Yeah, go ahead. Give me that one. Explain it. Explain it.
A French-speaking family is on an outing, enjoying a cloudless day when they notice something in the sky and start recording. A bizarre object rotates slowly, seeming to shine bright red and green lights as it turns. We push in and stabilize the image to get a better look. As the image comes into focus, you don't have to speak French to grasp the family's astonishment.
On le voit.
And check this out. At moments, it looks like this thing is flaming, something we've never seen before. Is it a craft burning off fuel as it ascends into space?
Stop.
Whatever this thing...
Go back to Ezekiel. Go back to Ezekiel, the first chapter.
Bring the sense.
Let's read chapter 1, verse 4 one more again for the dummies in the back.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 4.
What is it, Pastor?
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud.
A great cloud.
And a fire enfolding itself.
Listen to me. You know how you got amenities in your car? You know what I'm saying? You got certain features. You might have the sunroof. You hit the sunroof button, right? You know what I'm saying? You still got a CD player in yours?
Yes.
Okay, you hit the CD. Some of them is fancy. You got like 6 discs. You know what I'm saying? You go to all the discs. Or you hit the Bluetooth. You can pair. Or you can hit that Apple CarPlay. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Your phone is basically the car now, right? That ain't got nothing on the features we reading about right now.
Nothing.
Read it again, Ezekiel 1 and 4, bro.
Verse 4.
Come on.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north.
First, what? Wait. A whirlwind. This ain't gonna be the first time we read this, y'all.
Right.
See, we used to them down here in Oklahoma. we see these things quite a few. You know, some of y'all might be new to this, but us country folks out here, we used to these whirlwinds out here.
Yeah, LA got some of it today.
They just got one today.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, LA got that real today.
Damn, homie. All right, so it says, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself. What we're seeing is that the angels are able to do whatever they want with the elements. Just like, remember what happened in Egypt when it talked about the hail that was mingled with fire?
Yeah.
You get hit with one of those, you confused as hell.
Right.
You wet, you hurt, and you burning on fire.
On fire.
When you got control over the elements, anything can happen. They talk about how it went down from 80,000 feet and dropped down to a foot above the sea level.
In a second.
And then went this. Them is features that you ain't able to tap into, Edom. Right? Go back to the video, bro. Yeah, right there. Come on.
To get a better look. As the image comes into focus, you don't have to speak French to grasp the family's astonishment.
On le voit.
And check this out. At moments, it looks like this thing is flaming, something we've never seen before. Is it a craft burning off fuel as it ascends into space? Whatever this thing is, it's not making any noise, and it's not clear how it stays aloft.
The object is quite curious to me because it seems to have no visible means of propulsion, maybe even exhibiting anti-gravity properties. It's sort of just suspended in air and for a period of time. So this very well could be something not of this world.
You think? What does he know? He says there's no Well, what are you talking? If there's no aliens, who are they?
Remember,
that's what the world want to know.
Earlier in the video, he said, we the aliens.
He said, we the aliens.
We the aliens.
He said, there's no... Look here, man. Watch this. Real quick. Give me...
I know I'm the oddball out, but
What's
I want
up?
to know how he got that jersey on. With them diabetes on.
An alien.
Listen, it's always... Let me show y'all something. Give me real quick. Give me Genesis 5. Real quick history lesson. Genesis 5. Read verse 24.
The book of Genesis, chapter 5 and verse 24. And Enoch walked with God.
Enoch did what?
And Enoch walked with God.
Uh-huh.
And he was not, for God took him.
For God what?
For God took him.
Enoch was taken up. Right? Give me Hebrews 11 and 5.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 5. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him.
Because God had what?
Because God had translated him.
Come on.
For before his translation, he had this testimony.
He had this testimony, read.
That he pleased God.
That he pleased God, right? What was this testimony of? Of faith. But there was something about his testimony, y'all. See, Enoch was about something. And I don't want nobody to get simple and start looking for the book of Enoch. This is what we have concerning
historically some of the things that he was saying. Enoch did have writings. He did have things. That's how they're able to reference it. But it's been taken from us. Don't believe something that somebody didn't wrote up and created.
Right.
All we got right now is what the Lord left us. What found us over here in captivity. This is sufficient. But real quick, give me Jude chapter 1. Jude 1 and verse 14. Before you read that, get Sirach 44 and 16.
The book of Sirach, chapter 44.
14.
And verse 14.
Read.
Their bodies are buried in peace.
The righteous, their bodies are buried in peace. Read.
But their name liveth forevermore.
Their name lives forevermore. We talking about Enoch. Enoch was the seventh from Adam. We still talk about him right now. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Read.
The people will tell of their wisdom.
People are going to speak of their wisdom, their works, the things that they've done, what God gave them. Come on.
And the congregation will show forth their praise.
The congregation is going to show forth their praise like we're doing now. Read.
Enoch pleased the Lord.
Enoch pleased the Lord.
And was translated.
He pleased the Lord and was translated. See, when we talk about like this being taken up, being translated, there's something that takes place. What we have in front of us is just a piece of what the Most High God has. But he was changed. He was taken up, and in order for it to be taken, he had to be changed, and that's what happened. He was translated, and he was taken up in a chariot and taken away from here. Read.
Being an example of
off the earth. The earth. I'm going to prove that later on. Remember I said that. Read.
And was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations.
Being an example of repentance to all generations. Give me Jude chapter 1, verse 14.
The book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Read.
And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam.
The seventh from Adam, read.
Prophesied of these.
Prophesied of these, read.
Saying.
What did he say? Read.
Behold.
Behold.
The Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints.
Enoch was saying this back then. The Lord's coming with 10,000 of his saints, read.
To execute judgment upon all.
To do what?
To execute judgment upon all.
He was telling them to get right back then, to execute judgment upon all, everybody, read.
And to convince all that are ungodly.
To convince all the ungodly, those that wasn't doing right, read.
Among them of all their ungodly deeds.
Among them of all their ungodly deeds, read on.
Which they have ungodly committed.
Sin. Sin. He was rebuking them about sin. Come on.
And of all their hard speeches,
read,
which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
It says Enoch, he walks the way he walks so righteous, the Most High took him. The Enoch was so much about his father's business that the Lord took him before he died. That's a heavy thing, man. So the question would stand, and this is what you got to ask your good Christian pastors. Took him where? Took him how? How? He just fizzled, disappeared? See, what y'all gonna see, there's so many hints in the scriptures showing you and also correlating. See, the world is unable to correlate the things that are going on today with what's in the Bible. This is why we need teachers to show us these things, to show us, no, that's what this is talking about. That's what this is going to. That's why I thank the Most High God for our leaders, y'all, who the Most High God has set up to teach and show us, thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
All right, drop that. Give me another video. We'll come back to this.
Took off. Go get it.
Break Omaha, Pickney Kid, Rafael Peralta pass ability to launch Hilo ASAP.
Splash to get bearing range. Keep going, bro.
Are these people filming lunatics? Are they just, this looks like some pretty top of the line equipment that they're using, that they're trying to track this thing with.
Like the military?
Whoa, it's getting close.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
Whoa, splashed. Mark bearing range.
went
we
into
may
the water.
well be looking at a true unknown, which is to say intelligently controlled machinery that is not understood to be in the possession of the United States, China, or Russia, which are the three most advanced countries in terms of military aviation. The Pentagon itself has admitted this continuing trend of truly unexplained things coming into the public consciousness more than they have before.
Let me tell y'all something. And this is just how I think. I'm not saying this is scriptural or anything, but just me. Imagine being an angel. You know what I'm saying? And just waiting for the time. You sitting back just waiting for the Lord to say, Lego.
Lego.
Waiting for the Lord to say, it is finished. To tear this morgue up. You waiting back patient. So every now and again, you know, you might mess around. You know what I'm saying? You might just mess around. You might just do something here and there. Listen to me, if you see a chariot, you were supposed to see it.
Right.
If you see it, you were supposed to. If they making themselves known, it's so that you can see them right there at that moment.
Right.
Imagine, they messing with the Navy.
And they toying with them.
The so-called most powerful military on the face of the earth.
Hey, but did y'all notice something though? Did y'all notice something? There was no splash.
You say what?
There was no splash.
Oh no, not when you control the elements.
Right.
So that thing just opened up and said, go on in, come on in here. The hell?
Give me, no, I said I was going to prove that statement, right? Give me Ciroc 49. Ciroc 49:14. Where'd he go? What happened to him? Ciroc 49:14. Read that, please.
The book of Sirach, chapter 49 and verse 14.
Read.
But upon the earth was no man created like Enoch.
There was no man created like Enoch. Read.
For he was taken from the earth.
He was what?
For he was taken from the earth.
He was taken from the earth. He left. Where'd he go? What happened, Pastor? What happened, Pastor? Give me the next video. Shaw over there sleep, bro. You sleepy, bro? Wake your ass up, bro. Let's go.
Man.
Yeah, fix your face.
Let me show you.
Yeah. So you're filming this from where?
From our balcony.
Okay. Wow.
And when I initially saw it, there were 6 lights a mile wide in the formation. By the time I got my camera from the corner of the room and got out there and focused, there were 3.
Wow.
These were huge balls of light. Everything else out there glared. These did not. And the light within each orb was self-contained.
Wow. Do you believe that they were all part of the same object, or do you think they're independent of one another?
Just looking at the video itself and what I saw, they seemed to be attached to something, but I couldn't quite see what it was attached to.
How many people reported seeing this? Do you know? How many?
Over 10,000 people,
Wow.
for
Over
sure.
10,000.
Whoa.
And these sightings continued.
How many?
6.
6 sightings.
In the Phoenix area, in the same location. 97, 98, 2001, 2002, 2003. For years, they have continued.
This is one of multiple sightings.
Come on now.
Damn.
Come on now, Lahab. Let's be real, bro. If a white lady said it, it's got to be valid.
Got to be valid.
Come on, man.
Fix your face.
That now, I mean, now it's not. You can't deny it now. You know, there's no denying it at this point. That was a white woman. She said it happened, so now it happened, right? The next one.
Esau don't like the unknown, bro. They don't like not knowing what's going on.
This isn't small. This isn't like, hey, I saw something in the sky. It's so much bigger than that.
UFOs are real.
Congress is holding its first hearing on UFOs in more than 50 years.
And the government's finally taking them seriously.
This is a national security issue. Putting your head in the sand and saying it doesn't exist is not an appropriate solution or approach.
If there's something that's out there, and we don't know what it is, it could harm us. So
figure out what it is.
So wait, are we talking spaceships with little green men who are weirdly obsessed with cows?
The fact that we don't know what it is doesn't mean that we then know what it is. That's what the U stands for. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. If it's unidentified, you don't know what it is.
How can anyone possibly know that information? It's ridiculous.
In 2021, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand led efforts alongside Senator Marco Rubio and Representative Ruben Gallego to include an amendment in the latest defense bill that required the DoD to set up a permanent office meant to investigate what they're calling UAPs.
Under all circumstances, you need to know what it is. Because if it is an adversary, let's say it's Russia or China, you better know what technology they have. And if it's other, then you also need to know that. Like, you really have to know the answer and use as much scientific capabilities as we have to make those determinations. And if we don't have enough scientific capability...
I'm sorry. If I was to think anybody was an alien, she would definitely have the features of not being from Fix your face.
She do like to press a button and her whole face will come out, open up.
Go ahead, bro.
There's a little bitty man in
And if it's other, then you also need to know that. Like, you really have to know the answer and use as much scientific capabilities as we have to make those determinations. And if we don't have enough scientific capability, then increase the scientific capability.
So far, the DoD has collected about 400 credible reports. They haven't provided any answers other than a list of possible explanations like airborne clutter, natural atmospheric stuff, classified US tech, classified foreign tech, or other. We've been seeing UFOs for a long time, and it's not the government's first time looking into it.
And in the 50s, particularly early 50s, there was kind of a UFO craze, and you had these sort of mass sightings of UFOs, of flying saucers. It was all over the media, and a lot of that turned out to be, either pranksters or things that were easily explained. But there was enough sort of noise there that the Pentagon decided to begin to collect data.
The program was called Project Blue Book, and it called on the Air Force to investigate UFOs from 1947 to 1969. By the end of the program, the Air Force had looked into over 12,000 sightings, of which over 700 still remain unidentified. It was enough to keep people interested over the years.
And I think that's the thread that was picked up in the 2000s when Senator Harry Reid from Nevada decided that, look, we need to spend some official time and money and really do this right. That's how ATIP came to be.
ATIP, or the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, was an unclassified but unpublicized program. In fact, the public didn't even know it existed until 2017, 5 years after the program had officially ended. Lou Elizondo was in charge of ATIP, and the more he investigated UAPs, the more he was convinced they might not be of this world.
And when he would try to present facts to people within the Pentagon, his higher-ups, there was a lot of skepticism, and so he was pushed off, he felt. And so eventually he decided to bring this program to public light.
We're alerting this morning about a Pentagon program that spent millions of dollars to look into UFO sightings.
Fuzzy videos captured by military pilots caused a media splash.
There is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
Elizondo resigned and joined forces with Tom DeLonge, who you may know as this guy. Yeah, the guy from Blink-182.
The entry point for UFOs for people is because they saw something in the sky, Then the second thing is, oh my gosh, aliens, they're coming from other planets. And then people kind of stop there. The evidence of these things is really pointing that these things aren't coming from planets. The past, present, and future exist at one moment. So that means you can laterally step back and forth depending on frequency. We can't do this, but something else can.
Doc, I'm from the future.
In 2015, DeLonge left the band and started a company called To the Stars.
The mission of To the Stars is to study,
analyze,
and explain all these different facets of this phenomenon.
One of their biggest projects was a documentary series called Unidentified. In it, they released the first 3 UFO videos taken by Navy pilots. 3 years later, the Pentagon confirmed these videos were real.
The progress that's been made might not have been made if those videos had not leaked and captured so much attention and sparked so many questions. And I think if the public could see more of what some of the pilots are seeing and radar operators are seeing and other military personnel are seeing, their level of interest would be much higher, their demands would be greater, and the system responds to that.
There's some next level shit going on around here, and I'm with that.
It may be a while before the Pentagon declassifies more information, but scientists everywhere have been trying to collect their own data too. For example, SETI, which stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, has been around for over 60 years. It even influenced the movie Contact.
Contact was exceptional in that the science in it was accurate, until the aliens showed up, right?
Right.
We have a listening station about 300 miles north of San Francisco in the Cascade Mountains here in California. We point them in the direction of nearby stars, think, okay, maybe they have a planet like ours, and maybe there's somebody there who is broadcasting radio waves. Why? Well, we don't know why, but in a sense, we don't care why.
If we discover intelligent life in the universe, that would be extraordinary.
Now they go into something else.
One of the most extraordinary discoveries ever.
Listen.
It's hard to assess what the likelihood of success would be in that, but we all think it's pretty low.
They might be right about that, but on the other hand, you can always say, look, if we don't look, do you expect us to find anything? Right? Of course not.
It's like a fishing expedition.
So, like we said earlier, Edom is afraid.
Yes. Yes.
Now, what you're seeing is levels of them not understanding what's going on. But there is a level of them.
There are levels, Abby.
Oh, God. Oh,
Listen.
God. Where we?
There are levels to this. And I don't think that you fully understand the scope of what the MIBs are trying to bring forth. There are times where we must come together and try to see what people want. We must see what they want. What are they here for? Who do they want? Is it the African Americans? We'll give them to you.
We'll give them to you.
Wait a minute. What about you?
What about me?
Did you exclude yourself?
Yes, I exclude myself because I'm not an African American. I'm an MIB. I'm a man in black.
Oh my God!
You should be more careful about who you speak to. This is more about you than about me. Listen, we don't know what they're going to do. All that we know is that they're here.
Take and turn off his microphone. Take his microphone from him. Bruh, look here, man. Let me tell y'all. As I was saying, there's levels of Edom that do know what's going on. Watch this real quick. Give me second Esdras. This is where we really got to. Oh, pull them videos up I sent to. There's a few more videos. Give me second Esdras. What was it? 13? Hold on one second. Let me look. Second Esdras. I didn't write it down. Second Esdras 13. Start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read.
And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea.
A wind from the sea. Read.
That it moved all the waves thereof.
Come on.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him.
All things trembled. All things trembled. He felt a wind, a high wind. Remember we talked about that earlier. It says that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So he's looking up and he sees thousands, right? Read on.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Everything trembled that was seen under him. Read.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Read.
Like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man.
Remember, those four winds is talking about the armies of the earth. The armies of the earth are gathered together to subdue the man, to fight the man they see in the sky. Now listen. Exactly. Have y'all ever noticed something? When you look at these movies, like give me the Independence Day one.
Please.
Let me see. Yep. Play that one right there. Watch this. I just want y'all to, if you've ever correlated this, right? Watch this.
See if you can fly that thing undercover. Hope you got an airbag.
He didn't have none of his training at all.
At all.
That did not look like that was military training.
That's right! That's right! Get up! Get up! That's what you get! Look at you! Ship all banged up! Who's the man? Huh? Who's the man? Wait till I get another plane! I'm lining all your friends up right beside you! Where you at, huh? Huh? Where you at?
He opens the door. Here comes the alien. Wow, stop. Have you ever noticed why the aliens always got dreads, bro?
Yeah. Fact.
Why is that? And why is it so? It's always all the people of the earth got to band together to subdue, I mean, fight the thing in the sky. Right?
Right.
Give me the other video I sent. This one's the Predator.
Multiple features which give the predators their unique appearance are the so-called dreadlocks, also referred to as dreads, quills, or my personal favourite, predlocks. These are hair-like appendages seen growing from the back and sides of a Yautja's head. Their name comes from their similar appearance to the hairstyle of the same name worn by some humans. Depending on the individual, smaller versions of them can also be seen growing from the brow and facial
Pause.
areas.
Let's wait. Let's wait. It's gonna bring us back or what?
We gotta take the video off. It might
Take this video or the last one?
I think it was the last one.
All right, let's wait to reboot, man.
Boy, ain't no way.
You don't get this work. We still
Boy,
on
ain't no
Facebook.
way, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, we still on IUIC
Give me a
TV.
commercial or something, bro.
We still on IUIC
They gonna get
TV.
this work, bro.
We still on Facebook.
I told you they was bringing us down today, man.
You a prophet?
No, we just played something
We ain't
extremely
going
illegal. Hey, they put undetermined on the original call.
We do the Lord's work from coast to coast, sea to sea. We the front runners that's speaking with no pride. Just open up your eyes, you can see we worldwide. We teaching God's laws with the faith in Jesus Christ. That's the secret sauce you can't purchase with a price. Bishops on deck, double honors, that's respect. Spirit get vexed, we gon' have court press. Yeah, you know we tighten up, keep the boots buckled up. Them the soldiers of the Lord. Man, hold up. 140.
Check it.
We back.
Let's go back to the Independence Day movie real quick. Let's start it from the top. No, I'm playing. Bishop said, "Quit playing the damn movies." All right, so listen. What about the Predator one? Was it tripping over that one?
We didn't. We was already down.
You're right. We was down. All right, so just show us back. Why the Predator got dreads, and the world has to band together to try to fight the man in the sky.
Right.
Go back to 2nd Ezra 13, bro. Go back to 2nd Ezra 13. Where we leave off at?
Verse 5.
You're gonna learn today.
Read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven, of the heaven, to subdue the men that came out of the sea.
They want to try to subdue, and this ain't talking about the ocean. Remember, he says from the heavens, he's seen these thousands in the heavens, right? They want to now fight. What? We read this and we think, how in the hell, who in their right mind is going to try and fight Christ when he returns?
Right.
It's going to be under the guise of Independence Day.
Right.
Predator. That's what everybody's going to be convinced. These are aliens, and we got to come together. Everybody got to band together to fight against what? The force they see in the sky.
I got a real video, D.
Huh?
Bruh. We got a real video.
A real video?
I'll show you.
Yeah, we got it. We got
Okay,
it.
okay.
Real video of trying to fight them.
All right, watch this. We're going to come back to it. Let's read on. Let's see what's going to happen.
Verse
Let's
6.
Let's look at the future. Read.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
They what?
Were sore afraid.
They were afraid. Why? Because they seen all of the amenities and features that he had. But they still have to fight because they've been trained since they was kids that we got to come together to bring about world peace. To be what? To be one. We got to fight against that man in the sky. You don't get your ass whooped. It ain't going to be no violence. Read on. Right? They thinking it's going to be a fight, bro. Read.
All they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
Read.
And yet durst fight.
Still tried to fight. Come on.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came.
They was in there cocking their weapons. They was getting their nukes ready. They was doing everything that they thought they could do in the movies. Deacon Isaac did a class over this. He was talking about the Avengers. Remember how they always think they could just fly a nuke up in there and then that's going to fix everything. His sword. Esau's going to use his sword and he's going to kill who? God? Are you serious?
Thy pride has deceived.
Thy pride have greatly deceived your evil, ignorant ass. Read on.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand.
He ain't lift his hand up.
Nor held his sword.
Nor held a sword in his hand.
Nor any instrument of war.
No instrument of war, read.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Boom! Out of his mouth, a blast of fire. He gonna kill him with his word. Read.
And out of his lips a flaming breath.
Come on.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Read.
And they were all mixed together.
They were all mixed together. Come on.
The blast of fire.
Read.
The flaming breath.
Read.
And the great tempest.
And the great tempest. That's a whole bunch of amenities for your ass. Go ahead.
And fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight.
Read.
And burned them up every one.
How many?
Every one.
No, there was some that made it out. They went to go regroup, and you know what? This is what we're gonna regroup and get a plan, and we're gonna come back with the nukes. They said what?
And burn them up, every one.
Every last member, every last personnel, everybody who brought their ignorant behind out there to fight.
Right.
Died that day. Read.
So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived.
Nothing was to be perceived. You couldn't tell anybody was even there anymore. Read it again, bro. They don't understand this, bro. Read.
So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived.
Nothing was to be perceived. Read.
But only dust and smell of smoke.
There was only thing left was dust and smoke.
The footprint in the ground was gone.
Everything was burned. You couldn't even, bro. Before everybody was, they had the tanks, they had the ships, they had the damn airplanes, they had everything, right? You couldn't tell none of that stuff was there.
Hey, D, because you got to put that in perspective. You got to think they shooting guns, they shoot missiles, there's bullet shells on the ground, there's tracks for tanks and stuff. Nothing was gone. Everything was burnt.
Was there anybody here? Was anyone ever there? Bruh. And they're going to do it because, again, this is indoctrination. they think, oh man, it's the Predator up there. Why they always got dreads, bro? They always dreaded up. It's always black aliens. Remember that movie they made? It was a show, The Man That Fell to the Earth.
Yeah. Yes.
They always afraid of black people coming from the sky.
Yep. And they all had to band together to try to figure out what was going on with him to try to kill him.
Give me the next video, bro. Just again, I ain't gonna play no more movies, Bishop. Go ahead. Y'all, they weren't ready? Let's go.
Good afternoon or good morning, distinguished members and panelists of the citizen hearing on unidentified flying objects, UFOs. My name is Jose Antonio Neus. I was born in this country, but my family was from Chile. My father worked for several years in the United Nations in the early formative years of this international body. The subject of UFOs is a contentious one where many different views and attitudes coexist, sometimes in a friendly manner, sometimes in a more acrimonious way. But there is no doubt in my mind that there is at least one conclusion we can and should all agree. UFOs are definitely a global phenomenon. They're sighted visually, on film, and on radar, reported, investigated sometimes officially, sometimes by private organizations, and covered by both the local and international media all over the world. It doesn't really matter what is the culture, language, religion, ethnic origin, and level of development and technological capabilities of a country. UFOs have been reported everywhere, from Alaska to Chile and Argentina in the Americas, all over Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Australia, and the oceans. There are well-documented cases in many parts of the world, including Brazil, France, Iran, Russia, Zimbabwe, New Zealand, and many other countries. Regardless of what turns out to be the final origin of this mystery, it has a great potential of unifying the different and often divided parts of our world. The reason is simple. No matter how big our ideological, religious, or cultural differences are, we would all tend to unite in the face of an unknown, possibly extraterrestrial presence.
Damn. Go back to that scripture where it said they were afraid but still fought. Let me tell y'all something, bro. There's no way in your right mind that you think you go actually be able to stand up and fight against God.
Congratulations.
Only
You played
Edom.
yourself.
They're the only ones that think they have a fighting chance. You got the verse I want?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Verse 8, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Read.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
Sore afraid, read.
And yet durst fight.
Still fought. They still fought. Next video.
And now don't play this one. Get play 13. Play 13. Or that one, yeah.
This is the one I was talking about, D.
Farley's own plane.
I turned toward it. I put it on my 12 o'clock. I got close to it, and you can't imagine, all of a sudden, it jumped from here to here, just like that.
Based on his location, Jafari estimates the object has traveled almost 28 miles to his right in the blink of an eye. This movement was well beyond the capabilities of any man-made object.
I asked the tower if they have any flight. They said no, they don't have any flight overhead.
As Jafari continues his approach toward the object, he witnesses something incredible.
Something like a moon came out of it.
A second object came out of the first
Another object below the horizon and starts flying toward me.
This second orb-like object descends from beneath the triangular lights and races toward Jafari's F-4. Although Jafari is traveling at supersonic speed, this incoming craft streaks by his jet and circles him as if he stands.
Messing with him. The speed of close of sound, and something making circling around me.
They cut it.
Not because of this, though.
Yeah, oh my God.
Pause it, bro.
Not really.
Hey, listen, it was getting too heavy. It was like
was playing while we was cut it while we was playing. It was the other what?
I cannot be anti-Semitic.
Where we at? Tell me when we back.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
The true children of Israel are black people.
The Haitians are from the tribe of Levi.
They can cancel these celebrities, but they can't cancel this truth. If we ain't the real Jews, we want biblical proof. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9 to jump to. Revelation 3:9. What that sound like to you? Oh, they don't like the new. Flip back to the old. Who went and binded on ships, and when they got there was sold. Not you bastards in Ashdod. Zechariah chapter 9. Precept line upon line. That land ain't in is really mine.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
We from Africa, also we the blood of Christ.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
The true children of Israel are black people.
The Haitians are from the tribe of Levi.
God has his army right here. You can't go to war without an army.
I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
God has his army right here. You can't go to war without an army.
Ezekiel 37, Revelation 11:11. An exceeding great army. None of your weapons are harmed. Persecuted for the Lord's sake. We want vengeance on the Lord's day. Psalm chapter 2 and verse 8. We want everything the Lord say. All the heathen for inheritance. That oppress a man and his heritage. Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. Swing low.
all right, we back, Deke. We back.
Since we can't play the video, I can kind of explain a little bit.
Hold on, man. We just want to put y'all on. Listen, y'all better listen close, bro. Tonight we juking all these blocks.
We juking them.
Listen, they coming at us, y'all. They try to stop it, bro. We going straight for the jugular, man.
And we did just juke it twice.
Y'all
We
saw. I told Bishop we weren't gonna play no more illegal content. That was your video, bro.
I didn't know this is not a movie.
It's the History Channel. History Channel.
Definitely the History
That's
Channel.
absolutely the History Channel.
Absolutely.
History Channel.
Listen, bro.
The government.
The government.
Hey, I don't think we're gonna get away from any videos we got.
It is what it is. You know what they can't block? Give me Isaiah 66.
Right.
Keep the camera on me. Isaiah 66.
That's
15. Because this is what they're afraid of, bro. Like I said, there's a level of them that are oblivious. There's a mass majority of them that are oblivious. But the higher ups, we talking about you upper echelon Edomites, Amalek, all you demons up there, they know what's coming. That's why they're working aimlessly against us to try to stop biblical prophecy.
Right.
It ain't gonna work. Read Isaiah 66. We always read this. I know a lot of us read this at camp, when you want to talk about what's gonna happen with, judgment, right? But watch this. Isaiah 66, read verse 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15.
Read.
For behold,
the
Lord will come with fire.
He coming with fire?
And with his chariots.
If you think them chariots is talking about horses and carriage, you're an idiot. He said he come with fire and his what?
And with his chariots.
With his chariots, read.
Like a whirlwind.
Like a what?
Like a whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind. Read on.
To render his anger.
He ain't happy. Come on.
With fury.
With what?
With fury.
With what?
With fury.
With fury for that behind. Read.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
And his rebuke with flames of fire. We read about it. It's 2 Ezra 13.
What Enoch was talking about, right?
Read.
Verse 16.
Come on.
For by fire and by his sword.
For by fire and by his sword. Read.
Will the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's how the Lord pleads. Read on.
And the slain of the Lord.
The what?
And the slain of the Lord.
The slain of the Lord.
Shall be many.
Whole lot gonna perish. He coming with his chariots, y'all.
That's right.
Some of y'all think it ain't in the Bible. It's not scriptural. Let me give you an example. Give me 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 6. Yeah, that's right. You're going to learn something today. 2 Kings chapter 6. We're going to start at verse 14. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 14.
Yes, sir.
This is when the king of Syria sent an army after them, after Elisha.
The book of 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 14.
Read.
Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots.
Right. He sent his horses and his chariots. These are literal chariots from king of Syria. Read.
And a great host.
Come on.
And they came by night and compassed the city about.
Surrounded the city about where Elisha and them was at. Come on.
And when the servant of the man of God was risen early.
The man of God is Elisha, and his servant was risen up early. Come on.
And gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city.
His army surrounded the city.
Both with horses and chariots.
With horses and chariots. Meaning what? They was in that thing armed up. Read on.
And his servant said unto him, Alas,
look,
my master.
Look, master. Come on.
How shall we do?
What we gonna do?
And he answered, Fear not.
Elisha said, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Read.
For they that be with us.
Mind you, there's a whole army outside. He said, we ain't afraid. Don't be scared. He said, what?
For they that be with us.
They that be with us.
Are more than they that be with him.
Are more than they that be with them. See, there was an army outside that came from Syria. You're right. But oh, guess what? The Lord had more in store. He had a whole army there with them. Read.
Verse 17.
Come on.
And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes.
He said, Lord, I pray, please open his eyes. Open up the servant's eyes so he can see. Read.
That he may see.
Read.
And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man.
He opened the eyes of the young man.
And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses.
He looked, and he seen around the mountain. It was full of what?
Full of horses and chariots of fire.
Full of horses and chariots of fire. Come on.
Right. Round about Elisha.
So wait a minute. You telling me that they were dwelling in a realm that man's eyes couldn't see unless the Lord allowed it. Unless the Lord let you see. The only reason you will see a chariot is if the Lord allows it. That's why I say, imagine the angels is up there. Man, let me mess with them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me mess with them. They, boy.
It is us, though. This is
us.
us.
Let me mess with them a little bit. Let me drop down on there. Let me beam down on there. Show me just a little bit of something. They think they fast. Watch this. Bow. They're back laughing.
I'm gonna circle his. I'm a circle.
Doing circles around him.
Going
supersonic speeds.
They thought they had an army.
Right.
Until they see what the Lord had.
That's right.
All right, so watch this. Because some of y'all might be, no, man, them chariots, man, what are you talking about? Chariots of fire. Get 2 Kings chapter 2. Remember, we discussed Enoch earlier, right? 2 Kings chapter 2, start at verse 9.
The book of 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 9.
Watch this, y'all. Have they cut us off yet? Fix your face. We still here. Dodging all that, man. Let's go.
Verse 9.
Read.
And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee.
Mind you, remember, this is how Elisha came up. Elisha came up under Elijah. Elijah, who was a major prophet, who is a major prophet, right? Most High was dealing with him on levels that the world ain't ever seen. And Elisha was his understudy. It says, and when they were gone over, that Elijah said to Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. He knew he was going to be taken. Read.
And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me.
He said, I just want a double portion of your spirit. Why? Because Elijah moved in a spirit that changed everything before him. I'm telling you, he was so influential. He was so much of a prophet that the whole earth bowed before him, bro. Kings. Listen, he wasn't nothing to be reckoned with, be played with. And Elisha just wanted a double portion of that. Come on.
Verse 10.
Read.
And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing.
He said, it's a hard thing, Elisha. Read.
Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee.
It shall be so unto thee. Come on.
But if not, it shall not be so.
It ain't gonna happen. So if you see me be taken, then yeah, it'll happen. But if not, it won't be so. Read.
And it came to pass as they still went on and talked that behold, there appeared.
There what?
There appeared.
There appeared. Appeared. I need y'all to read it as it is. There appeared. Meaning what? Out of nowhere, boom. There appeared a what?
There appeared a chariot of fire.
A chariot of fire. A chariot appeared out of nowhere. Read.
And horses of fire.
Come on.
And parted them both asunder.
Parted them both asunder. Meaning what? There was a power that boom, it split them. Meaning what? It was time for Elijah to be taken. Read.
And Elijah went up by a whirlwind.
He did what?
And Elijah went up by a whirlwind.
This is how you know this ain't talking about no horse and carriage.
Right.
It says Elijah went up by a whirlwind. By a whirlwind. Come on.
By a whirlwind into heaven.
Into heaven. Read.
And Elisha saw it and he cried.
He seen that. He cried. Read.
My father, my father.
My father, my father. Come on.
The chariot of Israel.
The what?
The chariot of Israel.
The chariot of Israel. My father, my father. You gonna tell me he went up? What did he go up to, Pastor?
Right.
What happened? See what he did was
it
was a chariot that was on the ground, and he got. Oh man, stop it, bro. It says, and he cried, "My father, the chariot of Israel." Come on.
And the horsemen thereof.
These are the armies of God. We just seeing just a glimpse, right? The chariot of Israel. Now wait a minute. Read on just a little bit more.
Verse 12, and he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him.
He took the mantle that fell, read.
And went back and stood by the bank of Jordan.
Why do you think Elisha wasn't afraid of nothing?
Right.
He had seen it. That's why he asked the Lord, hey, let this young man see what I seen. Because he knew they was real. He knew the armies was always here.
That's right.
It's just whenever the Lord wants them to be seen, they'll be seen. They appear out of nowhere. This is where you really got to put it in perspective. When you understand the Lord of hosts, his angels, the armies, they always watch and they always hear. The Most High don't miss nothing. But you want out here in the midst of some evil, you really got to put things into perspective when you decide to do some evil-ish. You literally are saying, I don't care who watching. I don't care if the Lord looking. I'm going to do this. We got to be mindful. I ain't speaking from a perspective. It's me. I'm talking to myself. Before you mess up, before you sin, you got to think. The Lord is everywhere. He just ain't made himself known. He just ain't appeared. But you know the scriptures. You know the Bible, so you know he's always watching. What's the scripture says? His eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 13, and he took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters.
And what?
And smote the waters.
Give me Sirach 48 and 8. Sirach 48 and 8. This next video ain't gonna get us pulled down, right? We've been ducking and dodging. Listen, they've been trying to get us, y'all.
At this point, D.
It don't even matter.
It don't even matter.
It's Sirach 48. I'm sorry, 48 and 4.
The book of Sirach, chapter 48 and verse 4.
In case y'all think I was lying about this man. Read.
O Elias.
Start at 1.
Verse 1.
Read.
Then stood up Elias the prophet as fire.
As what?
As fire.
Read.
And his word burned like a lamp.
Word burned like a lamp. Why? Because he spoke God's words. Read.
He brought a sore famine upon them. And by his zeal he diminished their number.
Read.
By the word of the Lord.
By the word of the Lord.
He shut up the heaven.
He shut up the heaven. That's his power. His power is in the word of the Most High God. That's where the power comes from. We ain't nothing without the Most High, y'all. Go ahead.
And also 3 times brought down fire.
Brought down fire from the heavens. Read.
O Elias.
O Elias.
How wast thou honored in thy wondrous deeds?
How were you honored in your wondrous deeds? Read.
And who made glory like unto thee?
Who can glory like unto you? Read.
Who didst raise up a dead man from death?
He raised up a man from the dead. Read.
And his soul from the place of the dead.
Come on.
By the word of the Most High.
By the word of the Most High. When the Most High is with us, we cannot be stopped.
That's right.
We can't be stopped nor slowed down when God is on our side. Read on.
Who brought his kings to destruction.
That's why I was saying earlier, he brought kings to destruction.
And honorable men from their bed.
Honorable men from their bed. They had to get up from the bed to try to deal with this. These supposed to be the men up in there like, who is this man?
Right.
What is he doing? Just like today. What these brothers doing? Who are they? Read.
Who heardest the rebuke of the Lord? Who heardest the rebuke of the Lord in Sinai?
Who heardest the rebuke of the Lord in Sinai? Read.
Yes, and in Horeb the judgment of vengeance.
Bishop, I got a question. I know you watching, but later on I got a question. Go ahead. Who heardest the rebuke of the Lord in Sinai, and in Horeb the judgment of vengeance? Read on.
Verse 8.
Come on.
Who anointeth kings to take revenge, and prophets to succeed after him.
Read.
Who was taken up in a whirlwind.
Who was taken up in a whirlwind. Read.
Of fire.
Of fire. Read. That's how he was taken up. Up. Don't listen. I'm telling you, these pastors is bugged. They don't know what's happening. He was taken up in a whirlwind of fire. Read.
And in a chariot of fiery horses.
In a chariot of fiery horses. This was a chariot, y'all. Read.
Who was ordained for reproofs in their times, to pacify the wrath of the Lord's judgment.
Read.
Before it break forth into fury, and to turn the heart of the Father unto the Son.
He was here to turn the heart of the Father to the Son. Read.
And to restore the tribes of Jacob.
That was his job. That's what he was brought here. He was sent here to do. To this day, we try to figure out, how did all this come about? Why are we so focused on keeping God's commandments and faith in his Son and who we are? The same teachings is going out now. These teachings is what set us on the right path, so that we can get the kingdom of heaven, y'all. Right. Don't let nobody take you away from that. Revelations 14 and 12. That's what. You ain't got to go to it. That's why it's on our backs. We are focused on what's needful. We ain't focused on the nonsense, on the foolishness. We focus on what's needful to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because great leaders put us on that path. All praise to the Most High God. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Read.
Blessed are they that saw thee, and slept in love, for we shall surely live.
We shall surely live. Blessed are those that was able to be in his presence. Right. Read.
Elias it was.
Elias it was. Come on.
Who was covered with a whirlwind.
Read.
And Elias's.
Meaning Elisha what?
Was filled with his spirit.
Elisha was filled with his spirit. Read.
Whilst he lived, he was not moved with the presence of any prince.
He wasn't moved with the presence of any prince. That's the same temperament we got to have now. Unshaken, unbothered, standing for the word of God. Read.
Neither could any bring him into subjection.
Come on.
No word could overcome him.
No word could overcome him.
And after his death, his body prophesied.
His body prophesied. Come on.
He did wonders in his life. And at his death were his works marvelous.
The point is that you see the spirit that the Most High God is moving in. And you see Elijah was found so righteous that he was taken up. The Most High took him.
Right.
The Most High took him from the earth. Why? Because guess what? You only get a little time with these majors. With these majors, you only get so much time. And then they send him he sends them right back in rotation to do it again. John was here just for a little bit. He came and shook the earth, and boom, he did what he was doing. He set the path. What he was supposed to do, Christ came, and John was gone. I'm telling y'all, man, this thing right here, it's far bigger than us. It's far greater than us. All right, so drop that. Let's give me the next video. Because I'm going to turn this into a class. We're supposed to be fixing faces.
We fixing faces, all right.
I don't want them to kick us off, you know? Give me the next video, man. Hopefully, y'all, whose video is this?
Last question, Mr. Brave.
This is a video.
Let's go.
I got that same mustache.
More intelligence responsibilities.
Thank you. Last question, Mr. Bray. If you would, I'm a Navy pilot. I've encountered a UAP. Walk me through the reporting protocol once I see something that I think needs reported.
The first thing that aviator would do after landing as a part of their normal debriefing is they would contact their intelligence officer. Their intelligence officer would then walk them through first filing data preservation to ensure that whatever sensor data may be on the aircraft, that we preserve that so that it's available for later analysis. Second, they would actually fill out a form that includes details like where they were operating, altitudes they were operating, speeds, what they observed, whatever sensor data they may have recorded from that. And then that report is filed. It goes two places. One, it goes through the operational chain of command, so that operational units are aware of what's being observed, and also through the UAP task force, so that they can take that data, database
UAP
it,
task
and,
force?
Hey, pause
quite
real quick.
often,
Y'all see, you know how they were so slick though? How they literally changed it? Because that word UFO had so much power. Like it caused so much fear to run through people's bodies. Now, they've been saying UAP for a minute.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, what's that?
Same thing. UFO.
It's the same damn thing. They just switched up the daggone acronym on your behind. And now you think, yeah, man, them UAPs is crazy, right? Go ahead.
Hey, Deke, but you see how, because this was basically the councilman was asking him, what is the process of them documenting whenever the Navy comes across as an experience? If you see the extensiveness that it has to go through the censor committee, through the UAP task force and all this, this was why. Play that next video. Go to that next one. Not that one. We got kicked off of that one. Yeah, that one right there. That one right there. Because Deacon Isaac actually played a video because he did a class over this and
right. You know they go. We gonna. It's still online. They go kick us off.
They still gonna kick us off even though it's our video.
Even though it's our video right now. Go ahead.
But watch this. This is why they go through all that extensiveness whenever they have to report a sighting. Play that.
Went into make it nice and loud so people could hear.
Craft.
So this is an interview with Norman Berggren or Berggren. Come on.
Okay, but if there are craft, there are beings.
Okay, people have asked me about, I call them vehicles. Okay?
Stop. Right. What does he call them?
No.
He calls them vehicles. What was the definition of Merkaba when we looked it up? Officer Lavi. Yeah, just answer loud. Something to ride in. Also chariots, right? He calls them vehicles. Come on.
I call them vehicles, okay?
Right.
No, I did not call them objects. That was too new for me.
Okay.
I had a Stanford professor say you ought to call them objects. No,
And this guy's a physicist, astrophysicist, so forth. Come on.
They have all of the qualities of a vehicle. They can move, they're just like a missile or anything like that. So that much we can say about them, for sure.
Okay.
So I'm calling it a vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, somebody comes along and says, well, now where would you manufacture one that's 2.5 Earth lengths long? And that's a hard question to answer.
When you read his book, the purpose of his book, he's saying that the rings around Saturn was made, all the rings around all of the planets, Uranus, Saturn, whatever other planets have those rings around it, was made by those spacecraft. And there's a reason that they're making that, but they're trying to figure out why. All right, come on.
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
Yeah, I only go along
This is
with
where it gets uncomfortable for him. Come on.
government images. And if you want to know about people kind of thing.
Pause. I'm sorry. Somebody in the comment section said both of these Edomites is in their late 30s. Go ahead.
Facts.
Go ahead.
Look at that damn ear. Look at that ear that never stopped growing.
Government images. And if you want to know about people kind of thing, there is the ship that picked up the Voyager capsule at Alameda Naval Shipyard, and they have a picture there of.
They have a picture of what? Spit it out. Notice how long it's taking to say it.
The Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
Shows what? Notice he leaned
Hold on,
in.
pause.
Shows what people?
So, D, this is why they have all that. This goes back to your point you talked about. The elites know. Esau knows. A majority of them don't know, but Esau know. That's why they go through that extensive documentation where the Navy pilot has to go to this committee and save this records and save that, because they know exactly who is on them chariots, who them chariots is for, and they don't want that out. He said a black people stepped off that chariot.
That's
Damn.
right. Hey, give me Acts. I want Acts, the first chapter. Start at verse 6.
The book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Read.
When they were therefore come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons, which the Father hath put in his own power. But ye shall receive power. After that the Holy Ghost is come upon you.
So it says, when they therefore were come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? What were they waiting on? They was waiting on the destruction of their enemies. Again, we know, according to 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, it says that Edom would be ruling in the end time. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Edom had to have been ruling at this point for our forefathers to be thinking that what? That the end was coming, right? So this is more proof to show who Edom is. They would not have thought that. John the Baptist would have not thought that the kingdom was going to come about if Edom was not ruling in the end. Those Romans, them Greeks, those were Edomites, not Arabs. But anyways, right here, they're thinking that what? He's about to restore the kingdom, right? So read verse 7.
Verse 7.
Come on.
And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons, which the Father hath put in his own power.
Come on.
But ye shall receive power. After that the Holy Ghost is come upon you.
Read.
And ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and into the uttermost parts of the earth.
So he basically let them know that nobody knows the time. Still to this day, no one knows the time of the season. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
He was what?
He was taken up.
He was taken up. Read.
And a cloud received him.
What received him?
And a cloud received him.
Y'all stop. You remember when we was in New Orleans?
Yes.
We had to explain the freaky Jesus because we said the scripture says the way you seen him leave is how he was gonna come.
You went over this
exact thing.
Scripture right here.
And that dummy said, no, it ain't. What is happening? Oh, Lord.
Hey, guys.
No.
You err in not knowing the scriptures.
No.
You do err not knowing the scriptures. Because I was just playing with y'all.
I told y'all to
I was coming back on the number 7 bus, baby.
On the number 7 bus? Not a
number
cloud?
7 bus.
Not a cloud?
Not a cloud. Y'all misinterpreted. See, that was the pure Hebrew.
Oh, my God. Cloud of weed smoke.
Cloud of weed smoke. Cloud. And that cloud was very heavy. And it got me believing some of the things that I believe to this day. Listen, you got to understand, one thing you got to understand is that not everything that you read is what you think it is. Just
Not everything you read is what it says.
Yes.
So what up mean?
What?
Up in the cloud. What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
He went up in the chariot in the cloud.
See, I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
Cut his mic off. What is wrong with y'all? Read verse 9 again, please.
Verse 9.
Read that and read it slow.
The book of Acts chapter 1 and verse 9.
Come on.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
The cloud received him out of their sight. Read.
And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel.
Hey, we're going to get some help for that, brother. I'm serious. We got to come together. We need to raise up the funds. We're going to take up a collection after the Sabbath, y'all. We're going to start a GoFundMe.
Listen, first thing you need to know, you got to, people just admitting that they got problems. First step.
They seen you leave, Lahab. Lahab.
They seen me leave.
They seen you leave, bro. The jig is up, bro.
They seen me leave, huh?
They seen you leave, bro.
What the hell?
See, that's what I'm saying. Most of the time, what you think you see is not even what you see. It's not a problem with. It's not an IT issue.
Go back.
It's not IT. That's not IT.
Go back. Reverse 10. Reverse 10.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven,
They looked up. Come on.
as he went up,
Uh-huh.
behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel,
2 men just appeared by them in white apparel. Come on.
which also said,
Read.
Ye men of Galilee,
Come on.
why stand ye gazing up?
Gazing where?
Gazing up
He was taken up, family, into a cloud. Read.
into heaven.
Come on.
This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven,
Into heaven, meaning what? That he went up into the atmosphere. He went up into the cloud. He went up into a chariot and left. Read.
shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go in.
Wait, you got to read it right because niggas is stupid. I'm going to say it straight.
Because he ain't coming on the number 7.
It says, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go. Shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So what's that mean? He's going to come from the heavens. Can't mix that up.
So he
Can't
ain't
mess it up.
gonna walk from under a CVS sign?
No, he ain't gonna be posted up under Walgreens, kick back with his shirt open.
With his shirt
Holding
open.
ass. He ain't gonna be squeezing butt cheeks. No, that's not going to happen, bro. Give me that scripture. Where was that at? He said it's gonna be like lightning when he comes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's Matthew.
Like from the east.
You gonna learn today?
Matthew 24.
You gotta tell him where it's at.
26.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 27.
Start at 26.
Verse 26.
Come on.
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
He under Walgreens. He had CVS. Remember that little damn gnome?
Right.
Was out there trying to tell everybody. Little troll trying to say, look, no, there you go right there.
Right there.
He right over there.
He right there.
Look, hold on. Let me look for him. He put a cigarette in his mouth. Hold on. Where he at?
Damn.
There you go. Read.
Go not forth.
So he the one to prepare the way, huh? The Lord sent a troll back to prepare the way.
Hey, you know he
damn
called
mind.
himself John the Baptist, right?
Yes. You can't make this stuff up, bro. Read, man.
That's John the troll.
Behold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hoshai, y'all know something wrong with Hoshai. Hoshai told him, man, look, your Jesus got hoes, man. Where your women at? He like, no, I got plenty of them. I got plenty of them.
He's not here right now.
Mind that they here, you know. Oh, Lord. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
Go not forth.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers,
Read.
believe it not.
Read.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east.
Wait a minute. Where do you see lightning at? From the sky.
Right.
As lightning come from the east.
And shineth even unto the west.
When lightning strikes, guess what? Everybody see it. Ain't gonna be no secret when Christ return. He's like, ain't gonna be no confusion when he get here. You ain't gonna have to guess. You ain't gonna have to wonder. He says is what?
And shineth even unto the west.
Uh-huh.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's how Christ's gonna return. So ain't gonna be no damn confusion. Ain't gonna be you try to figure it out, man. Go back to Acts.
That's right.
Let me get back to the point in Acts. The reason why we pulled it. Read verse 9 again.
The book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 9.
Read.
And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him.
So we read, when we see a chariot is also referred to as a cloud. This is another form, the way that it's described. Give me Revelations 1. Revelations, the first chapter. Start at verse 7.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Read.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
He does what?
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
He cometh with clouds. That's them tens of thousands that it talked about in 2nd Ezra 13. He come with multiple. He was taken up in a cloud, and he coming back with multiple chariots or clouds, however you want to see it. Behold, he cometh with clouds, read.
And every eye shall see him.
Every eye is going to see him like lightning going from the east to the west. Everybody gonna know. Ain't gonna be no secret. Ain't gonna be no, oh man, y'all missed him. No, everybody gonna know, read.
And they also which pierced him.
Also those that pierced him, read.
And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
They're gonna wail because of him. They're gonna wail. So let's drop that. Give me the next video.
I'm talking today to
Hold on,
women
stop. Stop. I can see where this is going. This is definitely Oprah. You know what I'm saying?
We're definitely gonna get.
Let's just talk about what happened. Take it off the screen.
We're definitely gonna get shut down.
Yeah, this is she waiting to push the button. She's like, I was waiting on you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I've been wanting to get at y'all for a minute. So Oprah goes on to say the ladies on the show talking about how there's aliens, right? She's seen them, and she says when you look at them, she said they're so olive that they look black. Now, first and foremost, you know, as white folks always say olive. They've been saying olive, but never wanted to say that it was black. Never wanted to say that that means black. Well, anyways, that's what this lady says. Then Oprah, she jumps for joy. I knew we are ruling in heaven, the skies. We run space. Because we ain't running shit down here, so she was happy.
Right.
Anyways, that's what happened
even with
in that
all her
video.
billions.
You know, we're going to start doing like, you know what I'm saying, like, what they call it?
Commentaries?
Commentaries over the video. Do something like a precursor just to tell them about the video. Show them pictures of the
and
video.
Go find it and watch
You're
it.
really gonna like this one, guys.
Just put a picture up of the video and
talk over it.
Give me the next video. What's the next one, y'all?
I think a lot of them are gonna get us.
Damn.
I see unidentified. That's Netflix. That's definitely
Right. I know what won't get us taken down.
The Bible. Oh, what is this?
Play that.
Let go. Walking on the street.
Hey, just sit back, wait.
Damn. It was all good till I seen all that Christmas crap in the back, though. I'm all right. He's definitely not in the right mind frame.
At all.
Give me Isaiah 60. We're going to close out. Give me Isaiah 60. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock already. Isaiah 60. Let's start at verse 8. You tell me what it's talking about.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 8.
Deacon Malachi dropped this in my lap about a week and a half ago, bro. He just dropped, you know how you drop stuff on somebody? Like, hey, look at that. Boom. Bomb. How you say? Bomb. Bomb. Read that.
Verse 8.
Come on.
Who are these that fly as a cloud?
Who are these that fly as a cloud? Who are these? Read.
And as the doves to their windows.
Wait a minute. You look out the window and you see what? Doves. That's a chariot. They in the sky. They fly in the air.
Damn.
Who are they? These that fly as cloud and as doves to their windows. Watch this. Also get Isaiah 26. Isaiah 26 and 20. Isaiah 26 and 20.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 20.
Read.
Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Into thy chambers, read.
And shut thy doors about thee.
Shut thy doors about thee. Come on.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Read.
Until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
Remember what it says, in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be caught up? That's some chambers we're going to be shut into. It says, come, my people, enter into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. What indignation be overpassed? That fire that's coming. Flame. That hot flame that's coming. Read that again, bro.
Verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Read.
And shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Until the indignation be overpassed.
Until the indignation be overpassed. Read.
For behold.
For behold.
The Lord cometh out of his
The
place.
Lord cometh out of his place. Read.
To punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
Punish the inhabitants. To punish what? Those that didn't walk according to the will of God. That didn't do what the Most High God said. That did not want to submit to the word of the Father. Read.
That's right.
The earth also shall disclose her blood.
Come on.
And shall no more cover her slain.
And shall no more cover her slain. So guess what? We're going to be hotter than them chariots in that day.
Mm.
We going to be the one, when we get caught up and taken up, when this destruction hit, Lord's will, we continue in this fight and we found worthy to be taken up and taken up out this thing. When destruction come, we're going to be sitting back watching. Like I said, looking out the window with them doves passing by, them birds passing by, looking down like, damn. I'm glad I did what the Lord said to do.
That's right.
All right, so appreciate y'all tuning in. All praise to the Most High God. That's our time tonight. Hey, listen, Deacon Asaph is up next.
Listen.
Oh,
Listen.
God.
You thought it was over? Everything that you've seen today, I'm going to need you to forget.
Oh, hell no. Somebody lock this man up.
This is not what you've seen. Tune in to Friday Night Raw with Deacon Asaph.
This is not.
Tune in. This did not happen.
Oh, hell no. Hey, shalom, y'all. Most High Christ bless. I'm out of here. I'm done with this, bro. Y'all stop. It's over. We out. What is wrong with Lahab?